Welcome to Understanding Money, for people who aren't quite adults yet, a series by Denny and Dunny Pace Citizens Advice Bureau. How often has an adult said their way is the best way, told you what's best for you or your money, or even just made something that's really easy far too complicated? Well, you're in luck. In this series of short videos, we're going to help by just giving you the information and letting you make up your own mind. No strings attached. In this episode, we're going to look at some of the important financial terms you can expect to see as you get older. First of all, it's okay to be confused at some of the terms you'll have heard growing up, and hopefully, by the end of the video, you'll walk away knowing a bit more. A credit rating, or score, is the lender's way of checking if someone can repay them. It's based on things like your income and how good you are at paying bills. There are a whole load of terms for the APR, but basically, it's the total cost of borrowing money, not just the borrowed amount. Also, interest is just what it costs to borrow that money, with none of the extra fees added on top. Let's look at some examples to show you this in action. There we go. We've got three groups all willing to lend you some money. So go ahead and pause the video for a second, have a think or a chat, and then decide. Which of these three people would you like to borrow money from? Why would you want to borrow money from them, and what could stop you? Not all lenders will give you credit. Lower APRs are often only available to people with a good credit history, so some of us won't get a choice and will have to pay back more. If you are thinking of borrowing money, remember, as well as commercial lenders, there are credit unions which can help. These are local organisations which are aimed at helping the community save and borrow, and it's always a good idea to check with them before you decide to take a loan. The minimum wage is the lowest amount of money that you can be paid for work, per hour. The amount does depend on your age, but it is always illegal to be paid under this amount, so make sure you check your hours and your pay. Pay-as-you-earn isn't a type of smartphone plan, it's actually a form of tax in the UK. It's the tax that you pay once you start earning a certain amount, and yes, I know taxes are rubbish, but this one's really important. This is because it's put towards things like staff and medicines for the NHS, or for keeping our roads maintained so that deliveries can be made across the country. A creditor is, come on man, that's not a creditor. Get it changed please. That's better. A creditor is someone who loans money to people or businesses. There are laws around what they can do or cannot do, what information they have to give you, and that they have to be authorised to lend. It can be tricky to spot illegal money lenders. Some of the signs are loans that are given purely in cash, with no paperwork, and with the lender often changing the dates and amounts of the repayment. If you're worried that you've experienced illegal money lending, Trading Standards Scotland can help. Pro rata literally just means in proportion to. Here's a quick example to show you what we mean. You apply for two jobs. Both are for 10 hours a week. One is £40,000 pro rata, the other is £15,000 per year. The biggest should be better, right? Well, sadly not. Because one is pro rata and is only 10 hours a week, based on a normal 35-hour week, you'd only be making £952 a month before tax. There are two types of loans. Secured loans are usually much larger in amounts and need security, like a deposit before you can apply, whilst unsecured are usually much smaller and are based on trust and your credit score. For more help, we've got some of the ways in which you can reach us, and as always, thanks for watching.